The flickering fluorescent light in my kitchen hummed a tune that was decidedly off-key, like a dying bee trapped in a light bulb. It had been doing this for a week, ever since Bartholomew, my next-door neighbor, decided to get a new pet. Bartholomew, bless his cotton socks, was an eccentric. He collected porcelain dolls, wore ascots even to take out the trash, and his idea of a good time was competitive birdwatching. So when he announced he'd acquired a rather unique specimen from a traveling circus, my eyebrows did a little jig. Specimen turned out to be a parrot, not just any parrot. This one, Bartholomew claimed, had been trained by a retired demonologist, and apparently the training had stuck. Bartholomew insisted on calling it Mr. Peepers, which I thought was rather tame for a parrot with alleged demonic connections. The first sign of trouble, besides the incessant, off-key humming of my kitchen light, was the smell, a faint, metallic tang like old pennies and regret. Bartholomew dismissed it as avian effluvium. Then came the whispers. At first, I thought I was just stressed. Little murmurs, like dry leaves skittering across pavement, seemed to emanate from Bartholomew's house. But they started to coalesce to form words, unpleasant words, words that made my skin crawl and my cat, Chairman Meow, develop a permanent, wide-eyed stare. Chairman Meow, normally a creature of indolent grace, was now a quivering ball of fluff, hiding under the sofa for days on end. If he ventured out, he'd only do so to glare menacingly at Bartholomew's front door, letting out a series of hisses that sounded suspiciously like a curse. Last night it escalated. I was trying to watch a documentary about competitive cheese rolling, a subject that frankly was more terrifying than anything Bartholomew's parrot had done yet, when the humming in my kitchen light intensified. It became a guttural chant. Then the lights in my entire house began to flicker in time with the chanting. Suddenly the parrot's squawk, a sound like a rusty hinge being forced open, pierced the night. It wasn't just a squawk though, it was a voice, Bartholomew's voice. "Bring him to me," it shrieked, distorted and echoing. "The one who hoards the yarn." My heart hammered against my ribs. Bartholomew's prize-winning knitting wool. He kept it in a locked chest in his study. This parrot wasn't just an avian nuisance. It was a feathered harbinger of theft, apparently. I peeked through my curtains. Bartholomew was standing on his porch, a trembling silhouette in the moonlight. Mr. Peepers was perched on his shoulder, looking less like a parrot, more like a feathered gargoyle. "But Bartholomew," I muttered to myself, "you don't hoard yarn. You knit asterisk yarn. You practically bathe in it." Suddenly, the parrot's head snapped towards my window. Its beady eyes seemed to bore right through the glass, and I swear I saw them glow a faint, malevolent red. Then in that same distorted voice, it screeched, "He mocks the fluffy lord. The fluffy lord demands appeasement." The chanting in my kitchen light reached a crescendo. The metallic smell grew stronger. Chairman Meow from his subterranean fortress let out a wail that sounded remarkably like a shriek of pure terror. I grabbed the nearest weapon, a slightly stale baguette, and backed away from the window, my mind racing. Bartholomew's parrot wasn't just a bad tenant, it was a disgruntled demon with a penchant for wool, and I apparently was next on its grocery list, or perhaps its haberdashery list.